This is Forgotten Gems, Spring Fragrances Worth Rediscovering. The first one up's got quite a story behind it. It goes back to JFK wearing this, and his dad made this fragrance and has this rare ingredient in it. And the son made this company up, and it tells a story behind the name. If you go to this fragrance, it's 8 Bob the Original. There's a whole story behind this fragrance company and this fragrance in particular. It goes back to JFK wearing this, but I don't think this fragrance or this company's ever got a lot of traction. You don't hear people talking about 8 Bob or these fragrances much, but this is awesome. Fresh, clean, airy, fougere-like, dry and woody with like a little bit of lemon, a sprinkle of aromatic spices, and it's got this like powdery, like a purple tone to it of white florals. It's real nice and fresh. It's clean, woody, and floral. Just really nice, and there's an Andrea note. That's the rare chemical ingredient that's just really nice. It's signature scent worthy. You could wear this pretty much 4 seasons, really. It'd work in any season. I like it in the spring. It's woody, warm, spicy, amber, citrus, powdery, aromatic, vanilla, and as it dries down, it gets a little balsamic with vetiver. And there's a little bit of green notes in it from the violet, but not a lot of green. This isn't a super green fragrance. Yeah, just a real versatile scent, easy wear, good performance. I went through a sample of this, and I got a 5 milliliter, and I got this little bottle. I run through this. I'll get a big bottle of this. This is one I'm never going to be without. I really love this fragrance, and this is a subscriber turned me on to this one, and this was a great recommendation. All right, Kenzo Homme Eau de Toilette. This smells like the 90s. It's got that 90s smell to it. As soon as you smell this, you'll think of the 90s. So it's woody, aromatic, marine, aquatic, got a conifer note, and there's a lot of saltiness to it. It's got a green-blue scent profile to it. It's like a green aquatic scent profile. And that's what I like about it in the spring. It's got these C notes, calypso, nutmeg, the pine, patchouli, sandalwood, and cedar as it dries down. Yeah, really nice fragrance, but you gotta like that 90s style that this brings. It's bringing a 90s vibe, sort of an old school style vibe. It's kind of hard to explain this one. It's aquatic, fresh, woody, some spices. It's got a synthetic tone to it. It's definitely, like I said, it's a 90s smelling aquatic green fragrance. I like it. I really enjoy wearing this, and it's got really good performance for Eau de Toilette too. So love this. I like the whole Kenzo line, but honestly, they all kind of smell the same. But this is what the original that started way back, and they kind of rebranded it with this bottle and everything. But I enjoy this fragrance in the spring. Great fragrance. I don't talk about guerlain that much anymore. This is one I got left. I had a lot of guerlains back in the day. I sold a bunch of them off. I wish I wouldn't have. I didn't know I was going to be doing fragrance content, but my taste started changing, and some guy at work wanted to buy them off me. He was nuts over guerlain. He was giving me good prices, so I sold a bunch of them. But this is one for some reason I held on to. It's this Guerlain Homme Intense, and this works good in the spring for me. It's got this mint mojito vibe with some rhubarb, some rum, geranium, and florals in the mids. And then as it dries down, you get that nice Guerlain vetiver with cedar and patchouli. Really nice fragrance in the spring, and pretty good performance like all these Guerlains. It's aromatic, green, woody, some fresh spices, rum. Dries down earthy and with some nice spices. And there's some citrus notes in it too as it opens up. So just a well-rounded, well-blended fragrance. And Guerlain's always got quality. All their stuff's quality. So yeah, this is one of the old school ones I've held on to for a while. And yeah, I wish I would have kept more of those. Next up is Safari for Men by Ralph Lauren. Look at the bottle on this. The bottle is awesome on this. So there's definitely been some reformulation on this. I grabbed my other bottle. It's like 20 years old or whatever. There's only a little bit left in it. And a massive reformulation. It smells quite a bit different than the old one. The old one is much better, way better than this. But I still like this. This is still a good fragrance. This is a current formulation. It's pretty new. It's an old school type scent profile. I don't know if a younger guy will like this. It's sort of in the fougere style. It's a woody aromatic fragrance is what I would say mostly. But it's got these warm spices. It's got some citrus. It's herbal. It's got some florals in it. It's got a ton of notes. There's some lavender, leather. It's fresh and spicy too, and it gets kind of mossy and green as it dries down. And I guess that's why I like it the best in the spring. There's a little bit of greenness to it, but this works great in the fall too. Just a classic old school gentleman, old-fashioned type scent. It's fresh and clean. It's got that artemisia and herbs in it, kind of setting it off. Yeah, just easy to wear. Old school type fragrance. If you're into old school type fragrances, this one's not crazy loud in any one direction. It's pretty well blended. And like I said, it's spicy, woody, leathery, fresh, and some florals. Really nice mix of notes. Old school spring scent profile that I really enjoy. Bvlgari Aqva Love this one. This one's getting harder to find. Seems like Marine is still out there. That's probably my least favorite of the flanker line. I really like the original. It's maybe my favorite. I like several of the flankers too, but this one is the one that started it all, and it's just a great fragrance. If you can still find it, you should pick it up now, because it seems like it's getting harder and harder to get it. It seems like they discontinued this whole line. This one has been hanging around, but lately it's getting harder to find. But it smells like the 90s. It's a little bit outdated, and back in the day it did get a lot of hype. Everybody's talking about it, but I think everybody thinks it's all the way discontinued now, and I'm not sure on that. Maybe it is, but I still see it pop up now and then. But it's still one of the best realistic aquatic scent profiles there is for the summer. It still holds true now, even though it smells like the 90s. It's got this seaweed note in it. It kind of makes it more realistic. It's citrus, it's marine, it's aromatic, aquatic, woody. It's got lavender, fresh spices. It gets a little powdery. The orange and petitgrain off the top is just really nice. The seaweed note gives us this realistic seashore note. Lavender and cotton is a really nice addition to it. It's got these woods, patchouli, clary sage, and cedar at the base. Yeah, it's just aquatic, fresh, citrus. And it's got this green note, which makes me like to wear it in the spring. And it does have a synthetic tone to it, but that gives it a lot of performance. Great performance on this. A lot of times you're just going nose blind. This thing's still projecting if you don't think you can smell it anymore. So yeah, love this one. This was one of the best all-time aquatic summer scent profiles, but I like this one in the spring because it's got this green tone to it. It works really good, but it works great in the summer too. Next one's got a 90s smell to it. Ain't nobody out here talking about Patrick from Fragrances of Ireland. I've had this bottle a while, and I love wearing this around St. Patrick's Day. I always wear this on St. Patrick's Day. It's sort of a green, uplifting scent profile to me. It's this fougere green style. It's fresh, spicy, it's sort of earthy. It does have a 90s fougere tone to it. It's got some carnation, floral notes, some rose, some moss, some musk, some patchouli, and vetiver. It's got this Irish Spring kind of scent profile to it too, like the Irish Spring soap, which I love. I love that smell. I used to use a lot of Irish Spring soap. So yeah, that's a hit with me. This one works perfect in pretty much all the spring season because the greenness to it, but it is a little bit more of a mature scent profile. But I love it. Great old throwback scent profile that works great in spring, but perfect on St. Patrick's Day. Last up is Purple Label from Ralph Lauren. This preceded Bleecker Street from Bond Number 9, so this was the original, and Bleecker Street kind of copied this because they smell really similar. It's fruity, woody, leathery, spicy, fresh. Got a real nice blackberry note. Not sure why that note isn't used more in perfumery. It's a real nice note. I love it in this. That's one of the main reasons I like it. It's got coriander and some citrus orange note off the top. And it's got some sage, tobacco flower, thyme in the mids. Then as it dries down, you get the musk, oak, moss, a lot of suede, and this mahogany scent profile. Great spring scent profile. Nobody really talks about this. It never got much traction, but I love it. It's sort of aromatic, fruity, woody. It's got some herbal, musky tones to it. A little bit mossy. It's got a little bit light sweetness to it. Earthy, a little bit of citrus tones to it. Great springtime scent. It never really got any traction. Gets kind of lost in the shuffle and forgotten about. I think people think it's hard to find, but it's not if you go on the Ralph Lauren website. So yeah, these were all great ones that are kind of forgotten about, and nobody's thinking about these anymore, and they're sort of an old school profile to all these. So yeah, I like all these in the spring. So if you made it this far, like, subscribe, and comment. It helps my algorithm, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch.